Hello, and welcome to a new Let's Play on one of the old school games back in the 90s, early 90s, I believe it's called Conflict. I actually originally picked this one up at one of the value bins at the now defunct Kaybee toy stores that used to be located in a mall near you. Picked this one up, I can't remember what year it was, but it was on clearance. And it was like $5, and I thought, why not take a chance on it, you know? Back then, reviews weren't aplenty online where you could go back home and really just type something in and figure out if it was something that you'd like. So it's kind of a crapshoot. You just kind of, you don't know how many games I bought that I thought were going to be good, and they did not meet my expectations. So anyway, we're gonna start playing this game. It was a real fun game, real simple. There was just decision making, but it was not a lot of micro. But we'll go ahead and get started with the new game of Conflict, the Middle East Political Simulator. Okay, it's very important to read and know what date it is, and read the headlines. They give you a clue as to what your decisions have resulted in. So this one says Israeli premier assassinated, new Israeli premier to takes over. Inflation is rising. Okay. Here we have the turbulent Middle East situation is concerning the West. Our international prestige is moderate. Middle East tension is dangerously high. So already we are off to a bad start. We play as the Israelis, and basically try to survive and not get taken over by any of the other Middle East countries as listed on this map. So usually what I do here is the game is predisposed to topple Lebanon. Lebanon always seems to go into civil revolt after like a period of 4 to 6 months, regardless if you support them or not. So we're going to start with them. I'm going to go with diplomatics. Let's see. The Lebanese diplomats are acting aggressively toward us. Our relationships with them is favorable. So let's improve relations by beneficial trade. And in intelligence, the internal stability is good, and the state of the organization group is disorganized rabble. So we're going to support current activities of insurgents. Okay, then move on. Egypt. Egypt is a very strong powerhouse. Usually, I think I've only been able to, in the past, take down Egypt once. And that was only because Libya, they were already at war with them. And then I engaged them in armed conflict. And because they were on a fight on two fronts, they were not able to survive. Other than that, every other time that I've been engaged in armed conflict with Egypt, slowly but surely they win in the end. And that's what I remember from playing in the past. So for diplomatic, they're indifferent. Let's improve relations with them. Says the government's approach to internal security is ruthless, internal stability very solid. Attempt to start a serious anti-government group. Let's try that. For Libya, all improve, and in intelligence, just take no action. Iraq. Let's go down the list. Iran, diplomatic will increase trade. Uprising of the newborn Christ. That's kind of funny. I'll support the insurgents. Only no, we'll take no action. Other affairs. Iraq. They're right next to us, aren't they? Okay, improve relations. gonna take no action. Jordan is usually one of the more favorable countries that we are bordering with. Usually you want to watch out for Syria and Egypt. They are the strongest, pose the highest threat. Jordan you can usually satiate, and Lebanon usually just falls on its own. Not drawing any conclusions to real life. I'm just saying, that's what the game has shown me when I played it in the past. So, let's see. Workable? Yeah. We will take no action. Already did Lebanon, already did Syria. I'm gonna try to improve there, and we are going to attempt serious anti-government group. Okay, now that we've completed all the foreign policies with the other countries, we're going to make policy. And all your choices, especially when you support different things, especially like supporting insurgents and stuff, they're going to cost money. And there is no visible amount that you can see. Like, you start with 400 million, and then you know, this is going to cost this much, this is going to cost this much. This game doesn't show you any of that. All it does is ask you for your decisions, and then it tells you what your budget is. So I know that from past experience, if I take a lot of actions that will benefit trade or diplomatically or intelligence-wise, I usually end up with less of a current defense budget. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is not the first thing. We want to take care of stuff like the nuclear club. We want to always continue funding if we can. And as you can see there, we went from 211 to 191, so that already took 20 million. Palestinian problem. Arab unrest under control. So if anything we can do, we're going to leave them alone as long as possible. We're not going to try to initiate or instigate any kind of action that would piss them off. And usually the US, if they're too pissed off, the US will come in and kind of encourage or pressure you to give them their homeland. So I don't really know what happens too much when they get their own homeland. Main thing is you don't want to be having to post a brigade out there to quell the uprising. So just try not to instigate that. Sometimes the game will go in a direction where no matter what you do, they're going to you know, protest. So let's review our forces. We've got 7 brigade of 140,000 troops, 450,000 reserves, 2,000 main tanks, 25 SAMs, those are anti-air ground missile units, 5 helicopters, 200 fighter jets, and 50 support tanks, and we have 5 bombers ready for airstrikes. Okay, so we're gonna go to purchase arms, and usually you can go 2 ways. If you stick with the US, their stuff is more expensive, but if you become a favored ally, they will give you more money for your defense budget, and they will give you more resources and also unique resources like Apache attack helicopters instead of just regular helicopters. The nice thing about the private dealer is that you can be more flexible in doing what you want, and if the other countries of the world put an embargo on you, which usually does happen when you are not very nice, you can always go to the private dealer and they'll always sell to you. And usually, you know, they appreciate loyalty to a buying program. And usually Britain and France, they usually don't sell as many stuff to you as the US, but sometimes they offer a better deal. But usually if the US embargoes you, Britain and France do too. So I'm not really sure why they actually separate it along those lines. It's not like you're going to do very well in differentiating for these. They just kind of follow the pack. So let's see what the US has to offer. The first thing I like to do is I always buy the AWACS spy plane. And so we're going to do that right now. Usually Only the U.S. offers that. So we're gonna buy one unit at 120 million. Okay, leaves us with 71. But we check here. The Chieftain battle. That's the main battle tank. Scorpion light tank. That's the light tank. MRCA Tornado bomber. Bombers. We multi-role combat aircraft used as medium bomber. Over here, France has the fighter jets, the Mirage. The medium tank is equivalent to the main battle tank and the light. So they don't really have much. Due to your current lack of funds, they don't want to talk to you. Okay, whatever. And then private dealer doesn't want to too. But in Britain, we're gonna buy some tornado bombers. We already have 5. Kind of low on money. Let's just screw it. Let's buy it. 5 units. Oh man, they're 25 each. Now we're at a negative current defense budget. That's not good. Okay, strategic action against Egypt. The generals are itching for action. The Egyptian front is peaceful. I'm gonna take no action. Jordan, the Jordanian front is peaceful. Take no action. We do not. Lebanese front is peaceful. We're not going to instigate anything if the fronts are peaceful. So I'm going to take no action everywhere. Now I'm going to review our forces. 2 arms expenditure signing with a total expenditure of $245 million. Okay. Next turn. Egyptian leader publicly denounces Israeli regime. Oh, terrible. They're going to want to get into a fight. Middle East tensions mount as harmony undermines Syria, inspires Arab disapproval of Iraqi regime. Light military damage by Iranians on Iraq. Looks like they're gonna gangbang Iraq. I mean, basically, right? USSR claim Syrian diplomat was shot in Cairo. Okay, so Syrians and Egyptians are probably going to be at war. Iraq's probably going to go down. And so there'll be no one on the other side of Jordan to ally up with. We better prepare for a fight with Egypt. Okay. Egyptian prestige low. A border dispute between Egypt and Israel has here we go. Our relationship with Egypt at present are lamentable. I'm going to try and improve it. Intelligence, support the insurgents. Okay, then we're going to go to Libya. Let's improve with them. I'm going to disrupt insurgents. I'm going to try and support them. Hopefully they can go on a 2-prong attack if it comes to that. Iraq. Border dispute between Iran and Iraq has aggravated relations. A border dispute between Syria and Iraq has aggravated. Okay, they're going down. Castigates Iranian airstrike. Okay. So maintain. Let's take no action. Actually, yeah, they're gonna go down quick. So Syria, beneficial. Let's support the insurgents. Iran. Take no action. We already did those. Jordan. Good. Insurgents. Let's take no action for now. Have met the Lebanese president in view of improving relationships. Now I'm gonna continue that. Okay, we still have to do Lebanon. Favorable, okay. I'm gonna support the insurgents. Okay, make policy. 9 million. This is what happens when you're negative 1 month and you have to settle debts at the beginning of the next month. Okay. Egypt. Enemy mobilization on the Egyptian border. Oh. Do a full-scale immediate deployment. Wait. Did you see that? Enemy mobilization on the Egyptian border, and then it says the Egyptian front is peaceful. Increase presence with a small scale deployment. Okay, Jordan, we're gonna take the other ones. We're gonna take no action if they have no if it's peaceful. I might be jumping the gun with Egypt, but what are you gonna do, right? 10 bombers ready, surveillance active. We've got 1 brigade over there. What else did I buy? Oh yeah, the surveillance. Okay. Nuclear club, continue funding. Now we're at 0. Palestinian problem, leave alone. Okay, next turn. Insane Iranian leader promises terror against Iraq. Iraqi leader publicly denounces Jordanian regime. Jesus. Negotiations fail as Syria prepares for war. Iraqi industrial targets bombed by Iran. Wow. Light military damage by Iraq on Jordan. Whoa. Tension is turbulent. Egypt, deplorable. Let's try to improve it. Support the insurgents. Jordan, let's improve it. Support the insurgents. Lebanon, improve. See, their internal stability is at good now. Support insurgents. Syria. Now they have nuclear installation. We might have to airstrike that if we get into a war with them. Beneficial. You know what? I would try to sour relations with Syria, but I don't want to get caught in a two-front war between Egypt and Syria. That guarantees that the game ends. So support current activity of its insurgents. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, Libya. We're gonna improve with them, and we're going to disrupt insurgents. We did Lebanon, Jordan, Iran. No. Yeah, they're probably gonna win. Sign military pact. Support the insurgents. Improve. Support insurgents. As you can see, I'm a very sneaky player. I will always try to support the insurgents and hoping that a civil war removes them from contention. The only time I will not do that is if they can serve to help me on a two-prong attack on another country bordering me. Continue funding. Palestinian problem. Arab, same thing. Leave alone. Purchase. I don't think anyone's going to sell to me. No. I think you need at least 50 million. Otherwise, they don't want to talk to you. Okay, generals are itching for war. Egyptian front has a full-scale deployment. We have a single brigade. And a full-scale immediate deployment. Jordan, take no action. Lebanon, take no action. Syria. take no action for now. So I've sent a total of 5 brigades over to the Egyptian border. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm still alive. Good morning, Prime Minister. Syrian forces hit Iraqi troops on a new front. Syria and allies celebrate victory over Iraq. General anarchy as Iraq government collapses. Fighting starts as Israeli front knocked back. Egyptian tanks start to take upper hand. So we are at war, and Iraq has already fallen. That's denoted by the black color. This is not a good start at all. I'm going to try to open negotiations for ceasefire and support the insurgents. Come on, Libya. Improve actions. Disrupt insurgents. Iran. I'm going to maintain present and support the insurgents, because that's what I do. There's no one to work with. Let's leave them alone. They're puppet state of Syria now. Trade talks have started between Egypt and Jordan. Lebanese ministers have met the Jordanian president in view of improving relations. Sign military pact. Let's take no action now. Lebanon. Improve that. Support that. Libya, we did Syria. Support insurgents. I think I did everyone. Israeli-Egyptian war has begun with defeats for Israel. We're probably not gonna last, to be honest. Nuclear club continue funding. Palestinian problem. Minor incidents. So we can't afford to post a brigade right now. Due to current lack of funds, we not feel safe. Britain will, of course, always sell. France. I'm gonna need some private dealer. Wow, very picky. Britain, sell me some Scorpion light tanks. Okay. Let's see. Good morning, Prime Minister. We're still alive. May 20. Lebanon and Jordan declare military pact. Syrian leader publicly denounces Jordanian regime. Heavy front losses for Israeli-Egyptian war. First tank goes Egypt's way. God. Terrible. Try to open up a ceasefire. Support the insurgents. Libya. Peru. Jordan. I'll give them aid. Okay, Lebanon. Yeah, let's try to make it beneficial. And you see here, internal stability fragile. It's just like 5 months, and state of opposition group strengthening. It's one of the few ones where you know if you support the current activities of insurgent groups, it's gonna work. And I've tried supporting the government intelligence before, and still with that help, it doesn't work. Like, I don't know why they're coded to lose most, like 90% of the time. Jordan. Continue with the directives. Iran. Alright, sign a military pact. Support insurgents. policy. Look, $383 million. Continue funding. Confined to stones and throwing youths. Leave them alone for now. Let's buy more attack helicopters. $163. Let's buy more SAMs. We are currently at war. And look at how lopsided this is, okay? 503 to 2970 every time. And look at the front line. We are getting beaten back severely. They totally outnumber us in tanks. Almost like 5 to 1, over 5 to 1. We got a few more fighters than they do. But they have more SAMs than us. Support tanks, they have more. And then attack helicopters, they shot all of ours down, but they still have 80. We're gonna deploy all extra forces here. Take no action. Take no, of course not. You know why? Because we don't have any brigades left. Do a tackle strike. Might as well. I'm gonna go down in flames anyway. Look, I have nothing left. No troops, no nothing. Nothing. If I get attacked on another front, I'm dead. Rapport between Syria and Jordan wanes. Egyptian tanks start to take upper hand. Jordanian industrial targets bombed by Syria. Israeli destroy Syrian nuclear reactor and strike. Egyptians try to open up for ceasefire, support the insurgents, and usually Egypt's internal security is ironclad. Okay, let's improve that. Support the insurgents. Yeah, we'll support the insurgents because they're controlled by Syria. Sign military pact. Support insurgents. Weak internal support activity of insurgents. Libya is so neutral with me every time it's satisfactory. That's just yeah, let's keep improving. I'll try to break you down. 222 nuclear club. Palestinian problem. Confine this. There. See that? Well, it said we have no more brigades to post. We're out of brigades. They are all being annihilated by Egypt. So we're going to review forces. SAMs and helicopters. We need more main battle tanks. I'll buy those from, like, usually I would like to buy them from Britain. 200,000. There we go. Review forces, strategic action, Egypt. We're coming up a little bit. We've got more forces out there. They still are killing our tanks. We have more jets. No support tanks on either side. Okay. Deploy all extra forces. Take no action. At least the other fronts are peaceful, you know. That's the set are worried about the present war against Egypt. Well, I'm trying to open a ceasefire called. Oh, thank God. In order to settle the Palestinian problem, the UN would like to see the creation of a Palestinian homeland. Syria has offered to take control of the problem. The homeland will be created out of some of their land and the rearranging of Israeli land on the Syrian border. This would involve a territorial loss but a prestige gain as well as no more PLO. And we will agree to it because that will increase our prestige. with the international community. In order to reduce tension in the Middle East, the UN is asking Israel to undertake an agreement not to increase the size of its operation army. This agreement could be reversed next year. Well, we're in June, and if we continue much longer with this fight with Egypt, we're probably not going to make it to the end of the year. So maybe if we agree to it, then they will be able to help. Pressure them out of war? I don't know. I might as well agree to it for now and see what happens, right? Still alive in July, Syria war machine gets into gear for battle. Heavy troop losses for Israel and Egypt conflict. PLO demonstration in the West Bank turns violent. Ah, Kuwait discovers more oil. Terrible. Trying to open the ceasefire support. Iran. Support insurgents. Iraq. Support insurgents. Jordan. Keep trying to sign a military pact with you guys, but disrupt. We need Jordan to stay up. Yeah. Very weak. Support insurgents. Libya. Satisfactory. They don't want anything to do with what's going on. Beneficial. Let's maintain. I don't know why usually my strongest opponent, Syria and Egypt, their internal security is always so ironclad. It's hard to take them down from within. Continue funding of nuclear. We've got nothing. Purchase. What are you gonna sell me? What are you gonna sell me? Just tanks. Okay, US. I need like 50. I need more attack helicopters. Yeah, put me in the negative. 912 to 20. Jeez, 142 to 1000. 22, none, 65, 20. 6 and 20. Okay, deploy all extra forces. We just have to worry about Syria. Okay, next month. We're still alive in August. French tank battle. Go Syria away. Syria celebrates. Oh my god, they've taken down Jordan. Terrible. General Arnig. Heavy losses front line. Tanks find no opposition. Support. Oh, I am so dead. Lebanon. Dangerously weak. Let's try to start a coup. Iran. They don't want to be our friends anymore. Let's see if they can topple their regime. Topple that regime. Topple that regime. Because they were a puppet. Puppet of Syria. We don't like puppets of Syria. You're worthless. Here we go. They are trying to get into a fight with us, so we're going to keep trying to stop that from happening. Support the insurgents. Nuclear club. I might have to nuke Egypt. We shall see. Review forces. Nothing. Missile ready. We were getting hammered. We got no main battle tanks left. We need more launch. You know what? Let's do it. What other choice do I have? Syria is peaceful. They want 2 million for each main battle tank. Britain wants 2 million. Yeah, I'll buy for Britain. And then we'll buy some from France too. It says medium, but it's the same thing. Okay, here we go. Israeli dares to use nuclear bomb. Egyptian-Israeli war in 6 months. As lines falter, Israeli troops lose ground to Egyptian advance. Egyptian unconditional surrender declared. U.S. declares arms embargo on Israel. And so, oh my God, this is one of the few times that declaring nuclear war and using a bomb has not ended the game. This is very rare to see. And I am still alive. Look at all that black. So, there are people that will disrupt. We are controlling power. Why am I speaking like a horrible sounding Russian? I don't know. Anyway, let's see. See, strengthening opposition in Iran, sometimes it works. And we are going to support the insurgent activity in the states controlled by Syria, who is our next opponent. So, support insurgents. Lebanon. Oh. New government in formation. They fell on their own. The Lebanese fell on their own. We're just not gonna take no action with them. They are like a rogue state now. And you? We are not the... We're gonna start supporting insurgents. You're too far. Syria. Okay, let's be friends. Support insurgents. Strengthening. I think we've been embargoed by the U.S. Due to the official arms embargo on Israel, I have been instructed to make no sales. Watch this. Britain. Due to the official arms embargo on Israel, I have been instructed to make no sales. France. Same thing. Puppets, man. It's like joining a clique in the Mean Girls. You know, whatever the leader says, you follow. So we're gonna have to go to the private dealer and buy heavy frontline tanks because we have. There's a definite South African accent. I am advised only to offer you a limited selection of arms. Review forces. We only have 150 tanks. Oh, we are so decimated right now. 7 brigades. Look at our reserves. Reserves are terrible. Since the recent conflict, the UN has made this a military-free zone. Sure. Uh-huh. Only thing we have left is here. And they're peaceful. So we're gonna try and milk that. What's nice is that we took the opportunity to airstrike their nuclear installation when they were gearing up for war with Jordan. So we have nukes and they don't. And they know that if they make war with us, that if we are losing, I'm not afraid to use a nuke. So this is actually not too bad of a position, especially when you think about it. Their internal security is faltering. So if that's the case, let's keep them at arm's length and then take them down from the inside. Libya. Come on, Libya. I want everyone to go down except for me. See, they're trying to sour relations. State of opposition group strengthening. Keep supporting them. Review forces. I just need more main battle tanks. Private dealer. Due to your current lack of funds, we feel unable to do business. And of course, it's still an embargo on me. Let's see, Syrian front. It's peaceful. Okay. It's concerning the West. Our international prestige is dominant. Good. Libya has nukes. I might have to airstrike them. Diplomat. I'm gonna support. No, we're gonna disrupt. We're gonna help ourselves. Let's try to keep them as friends. Internal stability fragile. Keep supporting the insurgents. Iraq. Support the insurgents. Jordan, support the insurgents. Lebanon, we don't care. They're like a rogue state. Improve that, support the insurgents, and then we're going to airstrike them. Satisfactory. Support activities of insurgents. Their internal stability is very solid. That is not good. Make Paul 431 million. We need more main battle tanks. Syria. Take no action. Finally! They're willing to sell us other arms as required. MiG-27. Sound? Need as many sounds. Let's get more battle tanks. Come on, deal with us. No, we've got no money. Itching for action. Review forces. This turbulent Middle East situation is okay. I'm just gonna deal with the ones that are not dead. Support insurgents. Syria. Oh. Are you kidding me? Now they're indifferent. They want war. Okay. Strategic action. I'm gonna airstrike the nuclear installation. That's all we can do. He has refused to give us any financial aid. Increase defense spending. Gotta do it. Syria inspires an air dispute. Here we go. Iran, try to still be friends. Support insurgents. Libya, workable. You don't want to be friends anymore? Support the insurgents. Syria, deplorable, terrible. Support insurgents. Okay. Private dealer. Need more tanks. Syria. We should prepare a reception party for any Syrian visitors. I think I have one more turn before it turns lamentable. Ah, fuck it. I'll go with a small scale deployment. I mean, we already airstrike them. So let's see what happens now. Initial losses for Syria. Oh, really? We're already at war, are we? Terrible. Dangerously weak. Start a coup. Libya. Support insurgents. Syria. Let's try ceasefire. Support insurgents. 391 strategic Syria. Wow. Why are they winning? Deploy all extra forces. Purchase from the private dealer. 150 of these. Ah, terrible. Rebel forces destroy an Iranian crackdown. Oh, terrible. Syrian armored division takes an early beating. General anarchy as Iranian government collapses. So it's only the Libyans and the Syrians. And the Libyans are going to fall internally pretty soon. It's only fair now. US is another nuclear. Let's try to open up a ceasefire here. Support. Strategic action against Syria. Jesus Christ. Our lines have been decimated and we are outnumbered in ground forces. Launch. This will probably be the end. I'm not gonna lie. But we gotta do something. We're not gonna... Now they're willing to sell us medium bombers, but we need more tanks. Come on, sell me more stuff. On credit. No? Terrible. Review forces. 200 tanks. I'm sorry, planet Earth. We now have the Sword of Islam, claims Libya. Atomic bomb stops Syria and horrifies world. The Syria dares to use nuclear bomb. Fallout shelters fill as world chaos mounts. U.S. could boycott Olympics. This is the end. Let's see. Your leadership was not memorable. 65 analysis score. I don't even know what that's out of, like 100. You survived for 1 year and 3 months. There is only one state under Israeli control. We committed copious acts of violence. Relations with the U.S. are sour. Our prestige ended as unrivaled. Leadership style fascist. As the world is drawn into a nuclear holocaust by your actions, you wonder if you could have served mankind any better. There you have it. It's the end of the game. And the end of Let's Play. This is not even part 1. This is the complete Let's Play. Unless I play another one. But for now, we will end it and be done with it. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.